Hey, what's going on, missioners? Akum here. So, here's something deep that I learned about the Taurus, the Scorpio North Node, I'm accepted, and I'm not gonna take nothing else now. You have to raise your psychological belief, and what that and understanding. Like right now, I'm in eighth house. I'm in somebody else's house. I'm, I'm, I'm in somebody else's house. I'm doing pretty well. I have my stuff together while in somebody else's house, right? So the balance of my south node and my north node, right? And because of what I have, somebody gave me a place to live, right? So Scorpio is the psychologist of the zodiac. So when you it just hit me that I tell my clients all the time, if you don't, especially when you have a Mars North Node, I say when you don't make yourself, it just hit me. If you don't make you uncomfortable, life will make you uncomfortable. And I learned that about the North Node in Scorpio. If I don't do what's gonna make me uncomfortable for me to grow, life is gonna position me to force me to go. So I was talking to two of my clients who are both my South nodes, a Capricorn and a Libra. They are both my South node. So you have to take your South node with a grain of salt. So because their advice may be very bad for you because it's not the advice you need. It's the advice you want. So if I go to say to the next house of the person that I'm living in, right? And the thing is about that, the bad part about that is that I've been doing that for a year, which is eighth house, which is great. But I say the houses, and we're not gonna get too deep in this lecture, but the houses is what you're supposed to master with time. The sign is what you're supposed to master in this life. Like it's the default standard of who you must be. The houses that it's in is what you came to say. It's going to take you some time, it's going to take you some energy, it's going to take you some losses, it's going to take you some wins to understand that. So with that being said, the standard of my purpose is in Scorpio. So Scorpio rules transformation, other people's resources, death, rebirth, transformation, obsession, right? So it's in the house of I'm in my fourth house, right? So everything leads back to the home. Fourth house is the home, the family, the structure, your inner internal wisdom, etc., right? So I've been talking to two of my clients about, hey, should I just focus on getting my new home? I already decided, really, but or they say, yo, stay in the other houses and stack your bread, which is very logical, which is fine, but I'm not here to do that. So because I'm not here to do that, because like I said, you have to be very mindful of the advice of the South Node. So because you have to be very cautious with the South Node, you have to realize that what they're giving you is a grain of salt. So when they're giving you a grain of salt, you can't take everything they say extremely seriously. You can't take it to the extreme. And the reason why you can't take it to the extreme is because they're your comfort. So when I listen to a Capricorn that says, yo, stay low, stack your bread, all that other stuff, and go from house to house for the real estate investor that I'm in with, right? The reason why that's bad is because because my Mercury's in Taurus. My Mercury goes against my South Node. So because my Mercury goes against my Mercury's in my South Node and it goes against my North Node, it's very bad to do that because it's easy for me to and I realize this about myself, and this is just self-awareness. It's very easy for me to get comfortable. So one of the reasons why I have to rush to go get my apartment is because or my room is because it would engage self-transformation. When yes, I can transform under living under. Yes, I can transform under eighth house, but I'm not here for eighth house. I'm here for Scorpio. So Scorpio is transformation. Yes, it's ruled by the eighth house, but I'm not here to master eighth house. I'm not here to fully. Okay, I'm not here to engage in the duties fully of only eighth house. I have to balance it out. I said the main goal is to go through Scorpio to Cancer. And I play within that realm. Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio. Right? So because I'm supposed to delve between those two worlds, if I only delve in one world, that's unbalanced. So what that means is if I only delve in Scorpio of I can use other people's resources, that's unbalanced. I have to make sure that everything is aligning to get my home. Now, depending, because I'm a Mars child, I'm an Aries cusp. What I learned is because my Venus is in Pisces, the oh shit, they're here. The Venus is in Scorpio. My oh shit. So I'm good. How are you? I'm good. No. No. They're renting it. The Section 8 is coming tomorrow. The Section 8 is coming tomorrow. Yeah. No, the person who owns this house is coming to rent it out with Section 8. So no, I'm the house sitter. Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna rent it out. That I'm not sure of, but though I don't think they're the same building. I don't think so. Don't take my word on it, but ask them first.
So you had been here and then they started building?
No, I've been here. They started building. So she used to have 6 months.
Okay, so this house, was it new when you moved in, or had it been standing for a few years?
Standing for a few years, and then she like renovated it and stuff.
Okay.
She fixed it up.
Okay.
All right.
So.
What about the crime? No crime?
No, it's actually gorgeous around here. It's actually gorgeous around here.
Okay.
It's actually coming to New York. It's a little too quiet over here. I'm like, there's a little. The most noise you're gonna get, and probably not real noise, is the church.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Walmart is up the block, and it's pretty sound out here.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much.
You are. But this is 8th house. I'm the house sitter, right? So, like I said, it's when you're in 8th house, I'm not here to master with time, 8th house. I'm here to master with time, the 4th house. So because I'm here to master the 4th house, with time, I have to make all my desires, Scorpio, towards my home, because if I don't do that, it's going to be unbalanced. And what does that mean? You're going to spend all your time in with Mars, and that's okay. But Mars is violent. So when Mars, what I learned is, like what I said to myself out loud, and I'm not going to tell anybody any more about these decisions that I made. Is that because you have to even be careful about telling your goals so people who are of your south know. So because they may give you advice, even if they mean well, they may give you advice that doesn't make sense. right? So, but you can speak to them for a balanced perspective. But if you know your mind is set on something, that's what you got to go do. You feel me? So, with Mars, the spirit just gave me a realization with Mars where it's like, yo, if you don't move when you instinctually know, when you're in the sign of Scorpio or the sign of Aries, if you don't move when you instinctually know to, and I've experienced this in my life, no bullshit. When you when you uh when you instinctually know and you feel in your gut, when you instinctually know it's time for change, abide by it. When when the signs keep coming or it keeps being revealed to you, it's time to change. And this is what I learned in my parents' house, and by the time I'm in my 9th year. If you know it's time to upgrade, don't let life force you. If you don't have to, don't let life beat you in that fucking head, talking about because you refuse. That's because remember my Mercury's in Taurus, so I actually have to consciously make myself uncomfortable, because Taurus, even Scorpio does that as well, but it's different. The Scorpio, it listens to their instinct, so their instinct may tell them to change and they fucking do it. The Taurus, they don't move. Sometimes they don't move until life rips them of their comfort, right? So instead of letting that happen to me over and over and over and over and over again, I really gotta make a conscious decision to upgrade my life. I really gotta make a conscious, because my Mercury is in Taurus, again, opposite of, or in opposition to my south, to my opposite to my north node. So when it is opposite to my north node, you have to make a conscious decision to make a upgrade, or else. And I mean that very literally, or else. If you don't make a decision to upgrade, life will, and this is really a rule for life. But with Mars, life, because Mars is energy, right? Your energetic force. So in life, you have you all energy, right? So because in life you're all energy, either the energy of life, Mars, will do it by grace or by force. There is no I've learned that in life. There is no in between. Either you're gonna learn it by peace, meaning your gut tells you, hey, it's time to charge more. And you keep seeing the signs, you keep getting the confirmation, and people keep telling you, etc., etc., and you don't listen. Don't let life have to fuck you up for you to say, you know what, let me do it now. And I'm done, because I'm done not listening to my instincts, because it's like, or the signs, because I'm tired of learning through life ripping the carpet from under me. And I've signed up for that, but I know I'm going to deal with that one way or another. But it doesn't have to be that way all the time, though. You get me? It doesn't have to be where I have to learn only by life ripping the carpet from under me. And like I said, with Venus and Pisces, when your money goes from Pisces, you have to be, my chart, you have to align your beliefs. You have to align your beliefs, your willpower, because I have a formula. You have to align your will, rising. I will with Leo. You have to align your willpower. You have to align You have to align your willpower, my willpower, for my desire to be to get what I feel or get what I want to nurture. So where I'm at, there is no nurturing going on. So I have to put myself in a position where I feel is right for me, or is in the home. So this is a whole fucking diaspora of a lecture and shit. But I'm gonna get deep and say I gotta put that in the link. But I'm gonna get deep. What the difference between this is like the minuscule version for real. I've been on here for like 30 minutes. There's a difference between, again, let me say it one more time. There's a difference between the house and the sign. How I break it down is the house is what you come to master with time. The sign is the standard you must live by. So for me, Scorpio is the standard I must live by. The fourth house is what I come to master with time, meaning the subconscious mind, the emotional mind, the feminine mind, femininity. Embracing my femininity, embracing, hey, what's up? Embracing the woman, embracing the rising up the desires of women. All my clients are women, black women, both culture, you know what I'm saying? Black power in that motherfucker. And doing everything for the home, for the roots, for the community. Because the community is really more Gemini, but for home, right? So, cause most likely my efforts are gonna go back to Africa and shit. But that's topic for another time. But like I said, Scorpio North Node, in short, I'm gonna end this live, is you have to raise your psychological understanding. You have to raise your psychological understanding. It's not, I'm gonna put on my other page, pricing is not numerical, it's psychological. Pricing is not numerical, it is psychological. So when you say I want to charge $1,000 for something, that aligns with a certain level of thinking. Like for instance, you know how they put out this meme that says Porsche doesn't discount? That's because they want a person on a certain psychological level. They don't give a fuck about the main consumer because they know the main consumer is on a certain psychological level. So when this lady who I just prospected and I gave her the formula how to do a master class and all that other stuff, she told me I'm charging $2,000 for my master class. $2,000. I told her $97. I told her $100, $200. She said no. I'm charging $2,000 for my shit. That's because she studied under many masters like Reverend Ike and all these other bishops and all that stuff. She studied under many masters and she understood, and then she was also breaking down how Never God is kind of a fraud, but topic for another time. She was like, as a black woman, she was like, yo, we are the essence of all. So I'm not gonna charge no fucking $1,000, not gonna charge no $100 for what I know. I already know my knowledge is valuable. So because I know my knowledge is valuable, she left me on the phone with saying, you need to charge more. And what that means is, in Scorpio North Node, is you need to stop talking to the people who think a certain way alone. So because I'm here to honor the subconscious mind with a certain period of time, that means subconsciously I need to stop talking to people on a certain subconscious level. So, like I said, this is gonna be uploaded to my IGTV, and I'm gonna break it like in deep charts and all that shit. And I'm gonna break down my chart and all that shit in my group. So go to bit.ly/ this is all capital, no, not all capital, bit.ly lowercase, and then astrology membership button in all caps, bit.ly, and then all caps, astrology membership button. So, like I said, when your Scorpio's in the North Node, you're not here to claim, and I need to break that down, so I need to have a whole, like, 30-minute lecture on when your Mercury is opposite of your North Node. when your Mercury is opposite of your North Node, or it's in opposition, you need to make like I said earlier in the video, you need to make a conscious decision of going into your North Node. So, for instance, where I'm at in my life right now, like I said earlier in the video, it's very easy for me to seek comfort. So I have to be very mindful of advice I take from any Libra, any Taurus, because they're gonna tell me the most comforting advice. I'm gonna get deep in detail with that. If you listen to people with your South Node, like for me, that all a Libra or a Taurus is gonna tell me is the most comforting advice. And I am not here for my comfort. I'm here for my desires. I'm here for my transformation, even if it hurts. Because I said, if I don't initiate, and that's because Aries is cardinal. I forgot what Taurus is. I mean Scorpio is, but in Cancer is cardinal, which means initiators. So if I don't initiate change is gonna come for me. And what does that mean? If I don't tell myself, yo, I know the next psychological level, and my hunches is telling me, and my gut is telling me, I get confirmation, and I don't listen, Mars is gonna come bust that ass. And Mars is not like Saturn. Saturn is kind sometimes, and Saturn can be merciful. Mars is not merciful. So because Mars is not merciful, Mars will be like, yo, I told you again and again and again and again and again what to do, and you ain't listen to me. So I'm gonna bust that ass. Because both sides are controlling, both sides are violent. I've heard nightmare stories from Scorpios. I haven't heard too many nightmare stories from Aries, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Gang, gang. But I've heard some nightmare stories about Scorpio, especially from women. It's not a joke out in these streets, you heard? Getting fucked up and all that. Whew, shit crazy. So with that being said, if you when you have that Mars North Node, if you don't move in grace, Scorpio gonna come with violence. And it's not gonna be peaceful, it's not gonna be cute, it's gonna happen fast. This is how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen fast. It's gonna happen in a lot. It's gonna leave you in a lot of pain, and you're gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck? How did life shift so quickly?" Because Mars is your energetic force. So when life is trying to get your attention, it happens fast. It happens very, very, very harshly, and it makes you wake the fuck up. So with that understanding, with the understanding that Mars, your energetic force, because everything is energy. You feel what I'm saying? So, is that your North Node? I'm not understanding what that means. So when your North Node is there, well, I don't know what that means, but with the Scorpio, like I said, in your North Node, I've come to the understanding. Either I'm gonna initiate change and say, yo, let me go do this shit, because you know what? I'm not trying to have Scorpio bust my ass. Because Scorpio not like Aries, you know. Scorpio will come in the dark. Scorpio will come when you sleeping and shit, and fuck your ass up and say, yo, listen here, you've been ignoring my shit for a minute. I've been giving you the signs. I've been sending you people. Aries will come and knock on your door and fuck you and open the door and say, yo, let's talk lunch, you know, and then come beat your ass when you get at home. But Scorpio will be like, listen here, I'm gonna tell you once. And you see that graveyard over there? I'm gonna put you in that dungeon. I'm gonna put you in that dirt if you fuck with me. So, and the fact that Scorpio is the Grim Reaper is not like accident. So, with that being said, Scorpio, you got like two options when it comes to Mars North Node. Either you either getting your fight of your life, or you going in the grave. Which one are you trying to pick? And that could be the grave of your finances. So are you like a Pisces North Node in the 8th house, or like? So which one is it? So you either going to, and sometimes, and I don't mean when it comes to grave, when it comes to that Mars North Node, like I said, when it comes to pain, either you going in the graveyard, meaning the death of your finances, death of your health, death of your mindset, whether you have to go to a mental institute, 12th house, because it'll send you to his cousin Pisces, like, yo, take care of this nigga, because he ain't listening. He need to go to jail. And you be alone sitting by yourself, thinking and shit, and you be like, and then Pisces be like, we sent Scorpio to you, but you don't listen. So now we gotta lock you in this motherfucker. You gotta be by yourself and shit, and you know, well, or you're gonna be like, I'm in the 12th house right now. I'm in my 12th house, Cancer in the 12th house. So I'm by myself in an isolated place, and I'm learning. So Mars and Pisces too. So what's your North Node though? Pisces in what? In what house? So if Mars in the 4th house, it's not Scorpio in the 4th house. If you're Mars in the 4th house, I would say do whatever it takes to be self-sufficient. Do your best not to learn the hard way. Do your best to be self-sufficient, and to learn the internal lessons of Mars. So yes, fight for your life, but also, because like when Mars is in the 4th house, the quote behind that would be what Les Brown said: life is a fight for territory, and if you don't fight for the territory, life will take it from you. So when you're Mars in the 4th house, you gotta learn to fight for the territory that you have, per se. Whether it be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. You gotta learn to fight for your territory. What's yours, per se. So like I said, what's your North Node in? I'm not understanding what the fuck. But anyway, I'm gonna get into what Taurus North Node is in the next video. But I'm gonna make this content for my group and shit. Get real deep. Get real deep. You know what I'm saying? We don't get real deep looking at people's charts and shit. We talking about people. But anyway, yeah. So book your session with the link in my bio, or I go in this shit for a couple hours. If I start getting into research, I'd probably fuck my brain up talking all this shit. Whew. But like I said, I just had a huge breakthrough. Scorpio North Node is about psychological level. So also emotional level, because Scorpio is water, emotional. So you may have to go to the next emotional and psychological level, really, as I correct that. Not just emotional, because like for instance, my situation, if I go to the next house per se, that my friend has, it's not an emotional upgrade. It's the same emotional shit. So if I go that's why I say with Scorpio, if Scorpio's not like Taurus, you know. Scorpio is not, I appreciate it. Scorpio is not like you. Scorpio is like, yo, you been doing the same motherfucking shit for like 10 years, my nigga. How long you gonna do that? Like, I'm gonna have to shake your shit up because you're not listening. Taurus would be like, it's alright. He paying the bills. He making money. He feeds his family. So if you're doing the same boring shit for 10, 15 years, they don't give a fuck. As long as they're well fed, their family's taken care of, their comfort is good, they live in life, they can have the nice things in their life, they don't give a fuck. Scorpio don't give a fuck about none of that. Don't get it fucked up. Scorpio would be like, yo, we'll shake your shit all the way the fuck up and be like, yo, I just want you to, and then be like, and when you come out that motherfucker, mad upgraded and shit, and then he just be like, yo, I just wanted you to upgrade though. I was bored. You know what I'm saying? I was tired of seeing you doing that same shit. You know. I just wanted you to be better. You know what I'm saying? It's all for your good. You feel me? But Scorpio will be like, yo, we need to do better. Like, and we not gonna do better doing that same shit you doing. We know your bills is paid, and that's very Scorpion like. That's very Taurus like. Excuse me. We know your bills is paid. We know you got the money going on. That's Taurus. That's very Taurian like. We know your bills is paid. We know you got that money coming in. We know you eat good you go out to eat every Saturday. You go out with your friends. We know that. But it's time for you to upgrade now. That shit is boring. But like I said, go to bit.ly/astrology forum. The link in my bio. That's it. In all caps, astrology forum in all caps.